Brandon, first of all, congratulations on a pretty epic win against Luis Nery. Now you have the WBA title. Now you have the WBC title. Um, how was the expectation? Was the reality living up to the expectation for you after you won this fight?
I mean, as of right now, I don't think it's hit me yet. I mean, I'm still, I just still feel like, I'm back home with my family, just chilling, hanging out, resting for a bit. But maybe in a couple of days, maybe when I do the ceremony, when I get my belt, maybe it'll hit then. But as of right now, it hasn't hit me.
I know that watching the fight, I mean, I was exhausted at the pace that you guys were fighting. It was a pretty brutal 7 rounds. How are you feeling after that entire encounter?
I mean, it was a great fight. I mean, I feel tired. I mean, I feel exhausted. But I feel like the training camp was more exhausting than the fight. But that's the way it should be. You're supposed to train hard, and the fight should be supposed to be easy. So, yeah, I mean, I still feel a little achy from my body. My arms are a little bit tired. But other than that, I mean, I feel great. I feel amazing, and I still feel like I could have kept going.
It's kind of crazy that it only took place just a few days ago. I mean, it's really a quick turnaround here, and now you've got another fight signed. I'm curious, after having a battle like that, do you just sit back and relax afterwards, or do you go back and watch it right away?
Yeah, it's just right now I'm just relaxing, taking my time off, resting. But I keep watching the fight, I keep doing my homework, and obviously, uh, uh, already working on the next game plan. I'm already mentally working on what I'm gonna do for Stephen Fulton or what's about to unfold. So yeah, I mean, I know it's more hard work to be put, but you know, I know with time and as the fight get closer, it's gonna be done.
How long did you wait before you watched the fight back?
I mean, I kept watching the replay right after my fight. As soon as I was able to get on my phone, on my way back to the bubble. I mean, I was just watching the knockout on repeat, like I don't know how many times, like 1,000 times. I watched
Mhm.
the highlight like a million times. Uh, but I mean, it's just crazy, because I still couldn't believe it that I was able to do that to a fighter of that level. But it is just all due to hard work and dedication, to be honest.
Now I'm kind of a nut for stats. So the first thing I always look at, I always look back at the CompuBox numbers. I found something really curious there. Looking at CompuBox, they only gave you credit for about 11 body punches, but you knock him out with the body punch. Is that a testament to your growing power?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I know there was a lot of sneaky body shots that I gave him that I had actually heard him from. And I know that during the fight, I mean, I don't know if every punch is calculated, but I know I wasn't really trying to. I mean, I was trying to target the body, but at the same time, I was trying to set up the body shot. So I wasn't trying to throw too much to the body because I was trying to set up the perfect shot, and which in that case scenario, which I did, I
Mhm.
was just waiting for the right time, for the right moment for me to set up that power shot, that power
Mhm.
body shot, and I got the knockout from it. So I mean, I'm just grateful. I'm just happy and blessed.
So kind of looking at the plan, obviously you want to get him out of there any way you can, but were you seeing that there was something that he was doing that was leaving that part of his body open? Was that something that you were actively trying to set up, that you were laying traps for him?
Yeah, of course. Just making sure that he guesses out. I mean, making sure that when he was running, when he was trying to box a little bit, I made sure that I put the pressure on him to not give him any breathing space, tire out the legs, work the body, and make sure that, when he opens up, that, because the only way he's gonna react or he's gonna respond is to throw power shots to get me out of there because
Mhm.
he knew that his time was running out. He knew his stamina was running out. He knew his legs were underneath him were running out, and he knew his options were running out. So the obvious thing to do was punch hard, and I was making him miss a bunch of punches as well, a bunch of power shots that I know obviously got him a little bit more tired. And I just waited, I just waited for him to open up and get a little bit more tired. And once he did, I just saw the opening and I just took the body shot.
You're a volume puncher. We've seen you do it in numerous fights where you just let your hands go. Did you have the feeling that there was no way that he was going to be able to keep up your pace and that it was only a matter of time before you got the better of him?
Yeah, of course. It was in the fourth. I mean, me and my team knew that he's only good like the first 2 3 rounds, and after like the fourth, I saw him deteriorating rapidly, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw him changing his game plan to running to survival mode. And once he did that, he got on his bike. He tried to box a little bit, and he got away. He got away with it with a little bit. But once I managed to catch up to him, I made sure I made him pay. I made sure that he wasn't gonna get an easy fight, and that he wasn't gonna get away with him trying to box me or trying to get a breather.
Now, I'm always fascinated with fighters that are volume punchers that can keep up that kind of work rate. One of the reasons why I'm so excited about you versus Fulton is that you're both guys that are capable of that and that have done that in fights. Looking at the numbers again for this last fight, in 7 rounds of boxing, in 3 of them you threw over 100 punches. You never threw fewer than 70 punches. I mean, how much of a priority is cardio to you? And other than just road runs, how do you develop that kind of crazy cardio?
I mean, just training hard, and just living it all in the gym. I feel like that's what's makes a boxer a boxer. It's just hard training, trying to find unique traits, trying to find unique skills. And I feel like each boxer has their own niche, and I feel like conditioning, volume punching, and pressure putting is mine, and I feel like it just works so well. And I'm just managed to overwhelm my opponents with a barrage of punches. Not only that, but I'm a power puncher as well, and I hurt my opponents to making sure that I hurt them to the body, making sure I hurt them to the head, so I can keep them thinking, and just always staying on them. Always staying on them and making sure they don't get a breather or anything like that, because then they're managed to get their confidence back up, and they're managed to try to look flashy or try to score points on me. So I can't allow that.
You've had the opportunity to evaluate your performance. What grade would you give yourself based on your performance against Nettie?
I would say like a 7. I know I could have fought a little bit cleaner. I could have done different things, but at the end of the day, it worked. I mean, I could have gotten a hit a little less, box a little bit more, but I feel like if I would have done that, then the results wouldn't have came as it came. I feel like he would have gotten his error. He would have not beat me, but I feel like he would have had a better chance to win the fight, which I didn't want to allow. So we just took it straight to him, and we made sure that he wasn't gonna get an easy fight.
The nice thing now is there's no guesswork. You've got a unification bout coming up. It's Stephen Fulton in September. How much have you watched of him, and what's kind of your opinion of him as a boxer?
No, I mean he's a great boxer. He's a great fighter. I know he fights very differently than Luis Nery, and not only that, but me and him, we have had history since our prospect days where we're both coming up and both wanted to prove that we want a title shot. And now that we're both champions, now it's different. Now the hype is there, the money's there, the belts are there. So now everything's on the line, and I'm just happy that it got to this point that we're both gonna fight it out to see who's the best.
Now you seem like a pretty calm guy, a pretty level-headed guy. He took the first kind of jab at you recently, where he said that you and Eddie were sloppy in your fight, and that he thinks that he can basically outbox you because of how sloppy you guys were. Do you see this thing getting personal at all when you hear things like that?
No, I mean I feel like he can talk all he wants, but at the end of the day, he still has to face me in the ring. He still has to prove what he says, and I feel like if he doesn't do that, then there's no reason for him to be talking. I mean, I feel like when it comes to fight night, he's gonna have a whole different opinion about that, and I feel like he's gonna be surprised, just as Nery was surprised, just as all my other opponents have been surprised, and just how I left everyone in the audience. All the audience was shocked except for my family, because my family knew that I trained hard for that fight and that they believed in me, and that's why they were the only ones cheering and not surprised.
His fight with Angelo Leo, I think they were like number 3 all time for super bantamweights as far as punches thrown for a fight. Did you watch that fight, and was there anything that you took away from it that maybe you can use going forward?
Yeah, I did. I think I did see highlights of that fight. Obviously, I fight very different than Angelo Leo. I feel like I'm a little bit stronger, and I work the body better. Not only that, but I feel like my punches are a little bit more. They carry more more explosiveness. And I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a great fight. I mean, it's not gonna go exactly like Angelo Leo's, but I do feel like it's gonna be a different type of fight that Stephen Fulton is gonna be in, and I feel like I'm just a harder puncher than Angelo Leo.
When you have two volume punchers, guys that have the cardio, that have incredible fitness, do you see it as a matter of who gasses out first, or is it a matter of, capitalizing on those power punches that you just have more power than maybe he's ever seen before in a fight?
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, it's just how well you take those shots, how well you can dish them out, and how long you can dish them out for. I feel like that's the most important thing is you taking the punches, you giving them out, and seeing how you give them out in a period of rounds. Like, let's say I can do that for like 8 rounds. I mean, can he do that for 8 rounds? Can he do that for the whole 12 rounds? I mean, it's just depending on how hard he works in training camp. But I feel like he's gonna prepare himself, 110% because he knows that I'm gonna come with everything, and so am I. So it's gonna be a firefight. It's gonna be an amazing fight, and I just can't wait.
I agree with you. I think it's going to be an amazing fight. I thought your fight with Nettie was an amazing fight, and I thought you really showed who you are as a fighter, and I think you got everybody's attention after that fight. So congratulations again, Brandon, on an excellent performance, and enjoy.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.